Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Claire Elizabeth and I'm on a mission to spread happiness and love through the simple pleasure of cake. I've said that so many times now, it's starting to sound a bit cheesy, but you know what? It's true, so I'm just gonna keep on saying it. I get a lot of people asking me how to make butter icing really nice, white and creamy. So I thought I'd show you how I do mine. It's a pretty simple process really, but hopefully this will be useful for some of you guys. Now the first thing you have to remember that butter is yellow. It has a yellowish tinge, so you're never going to get it completely white. Now there are like whiteners, I don't know if they're like powders or colourings that you can add to buttercream and butter icing, but personally I've never used them, so I can't really give you my opinion on that. I don't really like the idea of adding something to get it really white. Personally, I don't think it's a problem if it has a slightly yellowish tinge. If you want something to be completely white, then I would just use fondant icing. Now for butter icing, all you need is two ingredients, butter and icing sugar. Butter icing is very different to buttercream, which is like a cooked icing which involves eggs and a sugar syrup. It's a little bit more complicated to make, that's why I thought I'd just stick with showing you how to make butter icing, which I use for most of my cakes because I just find that it holds up very well, particularly under the heat. So in the summer, I do find it's the best filling to use. The simple rule to remember is that you need twice the amount of icing sugar to butter. So for example, if you have 100 grams of butter, you need 200 grams of icing sugar. It really is that basic. To make your butter icing, you'll need a mixer of some sort, either a standalone one or a handheld whisk. Both will work fine. If you don't have one, you can do it by hand. It's just a bit harder to get it really light and creamy. But saying that, it's a really good arm workout and you won't need to go to the gym. So I'll just move you guys over to my mixer over here. I feel at this point I may need to put an apron on because it does get very messy. Right, apron is on, I'm ready to go. So I've got my butter in here. I'm using 2 packs, which is 500 grams. It's quite a lot of butter icing to make in one go, but I get through a lot of butter icing every week, trust me. Then here is my icing sugar. You want to make sure that you sift that so that there's no lumps, and also make sure that your butter is really soft but not melted. Now I'm not going to add all this icing sugar in one go, I'm going to add it in 2 batches because it gets very messy. If you've ever used icing sugar before, you'll know that it goes absolutely everywhere. So what I'll do is I'm just going to probably spoon half of this into my mixer and get that combined, and then I'll add the rest. Make sure your mixer is on the lowest setting because, as I said, icing sugar does go everywhere and you don't want a big explosion. If you put it on the highest setting, you're going to make a lot of mess. Now that the first lot of icing sugar is combined, it's time to add the rest. Taking far too long. As you can see, I've already made a lot of mess, even though I haven't started mixing in the second lot of icing sugar yet. This is what happens when you try and film these things. I've actually added a little bit of water to this bit. Sometimes I find it's a little bit too thick. You might find you want to add a little bit of liquid. I would suggest either milk or water. 5 minutes, and you can see that the volume is starting to increase and it's lightening in colour. I'm going to keep going for another 4 to 5 minutes. That is really the secret to getting it so light and fluffy. Mixing for just over 10 minutes now, and it's looking really thick and creamy, which I'm very pleased with. I'll now transfer this to a tub. You can store it in the fridge. It will keep for around 5 days until you're ready to use it on some of your cakes. I really hope this video was helpful for you guys. Remember, if you liked it, please hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to my channel so I can make more content like this in the future. It would mean the world to me. And if you have a baking science or business related question, please do pop it in the comments below and I will answer it for you. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you very soon. Bye!